I didn't believe the story at first. It sounded too crazy, too far-fetched. But when my friend told me that it happened to him, I had to take it seriously. This is the story of what happened to him at his hostel. It was back in 2015 when my friend got into a Merchant Navy Academy in Washington. He had worked hard to get in, and his family was so proud of him. They helped him move into his hostel, setting up his room. But something felt. The room looked fine, but there was a strange, uneasy feeling in the air. His dad even mentioned they should wait for a few days and consider switching rooms. The first night went by without any issues. It was quiet. But on the second night, things started to get weird. There were 3 guys sharing the room, and my friend's bed was by the window. As he was drifting off to sleep, he heard something. It sounded like people arguing, but it wasn't clear where the voices were coming from. His friends were awake too, but they couldn't explain it. Then it happened. My friend found himself in the middle of what felt like a nightmare. He was caught in a fight. People were shouting, hitting each other, and he could feel it. He could feel the punches, the blood dripping down his face. And just like that, he woke up, gasping for air. The sounds were still there, faint but real. It didn't feel like a normal dreaming to felt too real, too vivid. The next morning, he told his friends about it, but they just laughed it off. They said it was just his mind playing tricks on him. But my friend couldn't shake off the feeling that something was wrong. Over the next few days, things got worse. He started feeling sick, a fever and cold that wouldn't go away, no matter how much medicine he took. It didn't make sense because they hadn't even started their full training yet. Why was he feeling so weak? Then, on Sunday, he decided to go home for the day. His dad picked him up, and everything seemed normal at first. But on the way back, my friend suddenly started crying. He couldn't control it. He had no idea why he was crying, just came over him like a wave. When they got home, he called his mom, and even she was confused. He had always been strong, never the emotional type. But something was clearly wrong. That night, things got even stranger. Back at home, he couldn't sleep. He felt like something was watching him, following him. His mind kept racing back to the hostel, the sounds, the dream, or was it something more? When he returned to the hostel, the atmosphere felt even heavier. The strange noises continued, and every time he tried to sleep, he felt like someone or something was standing over him, watching. He became paranoid, always looking over his shoulder. He was barely sleeping. His health kept deteriorating, and he knew something dark was lurking in that room. Eventually, he couldn't take it anymore. He asked to be moved to a different room, but the damage had already been done. Whatever had attached itself to him was still there, lingering. He never fully recovered from the experience. To this day, he swears something was in that room with him, something that didn't want to let him go.